Hello everyone and welcome to this discussion today. I'm joined by the fantastic Dr. Nadira Hamid. Nadira, could you introduce yourself to the audience for us?
Thank you so much, Brad. So, to those of you who don't know me, my name is Nadira Hamid. I'm an interventional echocardiographer from Minneapolis Heart Institute, and I'm also the director of the Scientific Echocardiography Core Lab in the Minneapolis Heart Institute Foundation. And I'm truly thrilled to be here with Brad. As all of you know, we launched the Nail It with Nadira series, the Radcliffe Edition. Thank you, Brad, for having me.
No, I really appreciate it. And as you say, we launched this the Radcliffe edition of it, this new series, and we're gaining amazing momentum. We're 2 episodes in, and I think the sky's the limits on this really. And I think it comes a quite an interesting time in the space. And
Mhm.
I think I'd be interested to get your perspective. Why did we feel maybe like this was the right time to launch this series, the Radcliffe edition of it?
Yes, that's a great question. I think that really initially I launched it in the US, and it's with collaboration with the Cardiovascular Foundation Innovation. As most of you know, really learning is really teaching, very an educational platform for interventional echocardiographers to give case-based on really key topics and really a clinical perspective. And really, that was the initial initiative. And really, truly, it has broadened the horizons and expanded with Radcliffe and across the oceans to Europe. And we do have Asian and Indian participation. And it truly has been an amazing experience. And my goal is really to just help interventional echocardiographer, help my mentors to spread the awareness as we do a lot of the imaging for all the structural procedures. And we know we are a key part of the team and really giving a platform as we continue this series, as I resonate across all the continents to help interventional echocardiographers, images, giving a platform for them to present cases, to present all the interesting cases that they have in their countries, which is varies across the world. And so it's really, truly gonna be an amazing experience. And I'm truly excited to really do more of this. And we have loads coming up,
Yeah.
Brad. As you know, we discussed this. And so I want everybody to tune in. It's going to be an amazing ride. And I hope all of you enjoy it just as much as I do. And doing this series with Radcliffe.
Thank you. And I'm super excited as well. From your side of things, because you interact with a lot more physicians than I do, just what's the feedback been like so far as well? How's it gone down with the community?
Oh my God. It's been so positive. I could not, I'm so humbled and grateful. And first and foremost, thank you for all the viewers for supporting me in this endeavor of mine. And I really hope you continue to support me and to view this series. And really, these are key topics in the structural world that can be controversial. It can be very difficult and something that we experience it in our clinical practice. And how do we combat this together? And so really talking about this among our colleagues and peers, giving ideas, and we all learn from each other. And so I really hope that we truly continue this and grow this across the world.
Absolutely. As we move through the series, I think we're going to see some emerging themes, and I think these themes are going to be driven by the evolution of structural interventions. So, how do you see this increasing adoption now that we're seeing of ICE? It's a global program as well that we're running, so it's being adopted at different rates in the US, to Europe, to Asia Pacific, and also comparing that to TOE, TEE. And how is this beginning to change the, I guess, procedural workflow in the lab?
I think it's still an ongoing process. It's so dynamic. The awareness of ICE, I think truly in the last 1 to 2 years has just taken off, as you know. I was privileged to go to Europe to experience some cases, and truly everybody has embraced it. And I think with time, and of course with the issue of costs, I think certainly ICE is going to be a key integral part in these procedures, because we want, with precision, we want better imaging, the image to be as optimized as possible, with, efficient as possible in the cath lab, and procedures to be, not say fast, but, efficient. So I think ICE is a key integral part, to these procedures. And so it's a very dynamic process. We are all still learning for it. And the beauty about it is that all the vendors want to improve the ICE catheters, right, Brad? So it's going to be amazing to see the technology of these ICE catheters as we go along this process. And within the year or two, we will see better ICE catheters than what we have.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. We're seeing continued growth in mitral interventions. I mean, the mitral side of things has been established for a while now, and there's a lot of data in there. But we're also seeing this rapid momentum now in the tricuspid
Yeah.
space and development there.
Yeah.
What from your side of things then? Why is imaging becoming so critical in enabling these procedures, both from the procedural guidance, but also as the patient selection side of things as well?
Yes, that's a great question. So it's really patient care and the workflow process in each of your institution for any structural valve center. It's when a patient comes to your valve science center. How do you diagnose the patient? Right from the start, it's imaging. How do you diagnose MR and TR? It's through echocardiography. Obviously, multimodality is so key as well, CT and MRI, in terms of analyzing this anatomy to see what best fits the patient. And I think we have evolved over these years that we know we want to choose what is the best therapy for the patient. And I think the options are all over. And so we're really fortunate. And one thing I love about structural is that we want to get better and we want to do better. And so that's where the technology comes in and the innovation, and really in these devices that we want to be as perfect as possible for these complex anatomy. And I think imaging not only during procedure, and most importantly is follow-up of this patient. As you hear in this meeting, a lot about durability, not only in the aortic space, is going to come with the mitral and tricuspid too. So imaging, key important thing in all aspects of these as the patient journey throughout the procedure.
Yeah, I agree. And I think then that brings me on to my next point, which is imaging now in the structural heart space is becoming so key and integral to it. But then how do you see the advanced imaging influencing decision making for not just the procedural part, but the patient identification part, doing the anatomical assessment, through to planning the intervention, and then also the long-term follow-up as well with that patient?
Yeah, so similar to what I said before, echocardiography, bread and butter, diagnosing it. And I think if there's any red signals, if there's any borderline cases, just move on to the next test, whether it's a transesophageal echo, cardiac CT and cardiac MRI as well. And I think we learn it's just not the valves that really matters. I think this appreciating the entire chamber, whether is it the left ventricle for the left-sided and also the right ventricle. So it's really a hot topic, obviously with TR, appreciating the right ventricle and the function and assessment of it, which is still what we imagers are struggling to really identify the function of these patients as to what therapy works best, whether it's a repair or replacement. And so I always advocate for multimodality. So echocardiography, as you know, I am, transthoracic and TE, there are limitations, but certainly moving to the other modalities, CT and cardiac MRI, can certainly help, encompasses the entire anatomy, not only the valve, but the chambers for the patient, so that you are able to choose the best device for the patient and really getting the best outcomes. And in the terms of follow-up, we depend on all modalities, mostly echo and CT as well, to ensure the durability of the devices. And so it's a learning process, even for me. during the procedure and even after follow-up of these procedures to ensure that these patients are accurately measured for in terms of assessment of efficiency of these procedures.
So much emphasis over the years is put on the interventional cardiologist, but I'm definitely seeing this change now as to you and your peers as to whether you want to be sort of considered as the interventional echo specialists, or you're becoming so much more a core member of the team. Not that you never were, but definitely becoming more recognized. So how do you see, I guess, over recent years, how has it evolved for yourself? And then also, what impact do you feel like you're having on the procedural success, and how's that changing in terms of collaboration with your interventional cardiologists as well?
Well, that's a great question, Brad. I really have to give credit to not say pioneers, but my mentors. As you know, there's key individual people in the interventional echo space. Only the person, I call her the queen, Dr. Rebecca Hunt. I mean, who really truly she provided the name interventional echo, literally, to us and to the community. And I think in correspondence to her efforts, the societies and the community has grown to multiple imagers and fellows and training fellowship programs across the country in the US, as far as I know. I'm sure in Europe too, where literally that's where the birth of interventional echo and it's still growing. And I hope to continue doing that, really teaching my peers, my fellows within my institution, which I'm doing, and really giving the opportunity because as we know, the structural volume is going to grow. And we as interventional echocardiographers need to ensure the continuation of and the evolution of this as the whole field develop, that we need to keep up with. And so I think it's all within all our hands to try to help this, dynamic process. And so we work together, we collaborate with one another. And that is one of the reasons why I do the Nail It with Nadira. It truly is. And it really give that platform for educational and teaching interventional echo of these complex cases, the hot topics of structural interventions to everybody. And so if you have any ideas, please come and see me and we can put something together, and happy to work with every one of you.
Thanks. And then I guess to wrap this up, looking ahead, I'm interested to get your perspective on this. So, where do you see imaging evolving next? Like, what do you see as being the next steps as a imager yourself? What tools do you think you need that would elevate procedural outcomes, make workflows better, and ultimately treat patients better?
Wow. So many things in my bucket list. One is I would love for ourselves radiation protection. I think better radiation protection, as everybody knows, for interventional echocardiographers, we get quite a bit. And so to all imagers out there, do take necessary steps to protect yourself. Ultimately, that's you come first, in the cath lab. And then secondly, the innovation in the ultrasound machines, not only TEE, the ICE catheters, the incorporation of robotics. I think you've seen in the most meetings, there's going to be a launch of these robotic TEs to help optimize this imaging, artificial intelligence in our machines, our workflow, to help us do better and also faster. So I think the incorporation of all of these together and us as community, the ability to embrace it, to learn it, and utilize it in a clinical way in our cath lab. And so there will be really, really, I think it's something for us to look forward to.
I agree. Nadira, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And I look forward to where this series is going to go, the Nail It with Nadira series, the Radcliffe Edition.
Yes.
think there's so much for us to talk about, and I'm also excited for some of the future guests that we have on and speakers. So
Thank you so much for having me, Brad, and the entire Radcliffe. Appreciative of all of you guys, what you do. And to all my viewers, please continue to support me and my endeavors. And I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming meetings and to get to know you better. With that, thank you so much.